That's fine, mate. There you go, mate.
Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Celtic Review podcast. My name is Ryan Clifford, and it's the Celtic Weekly. A few days, obviously, since the game against Ross County with myself and JP tonight. JP, how's your weekend been, mate? And happy to have the two Ronnies back on again tonight.
The two Ronnies, mate. Oh, you take the words right out of my mouth. It's been pretty good, mate. Obviously, I felt as if it was an eternity waiting on Celtic coming back on again. Obviously, for one Sunday to the next, that's quite a long week. And it was a murder, for me, it was a murder kick-off time to geese. I know I have to kick-off, but in reality, obviously, the drama club across the water, they managed to get a fixture changed to get them a bit of help. And so obviously they were due to play before us. It would have been 12 o'clock. We were at 2:30. But it was good to see Celtic back amongst the winning streak again, mate. In the league now, that's us undefeated now since the end of September. So amazing. As I say, the now a long wait continues now again for the next one because it's our next Sunday coming. But obviously we'll divulge into the game, obviously, for Sunday, but it was good to have him back on.
It was a bit of a long week. And then obviously the tribute act, I've got the movable fixture, which, again, Celtic, I'm sure Celtic asked for it a while ago, or they were going to ask for it, and it didn't happen. And obviously, we went to, I think it was Ibrox after the Seville, and I think we won. So I don't know what the big kind of fuss is about, to be fair. It is only 24 hours, but I don't think it'd have made any difference, because if that was going to be the same game, Rangers would have won a game of 9 men, because Motherwell just won out of the races. So,
but I heard a wee rumour it's to do with Jimmy Bell's ironing skills now, mate. They've got slower, so he needs that extra day.
He's got to get his steamer ready for the next day, isn't he? Mate, it was good to get Celtic back, and obviously before the game, a lot of pundits, papers, radio stations, it's going to be a banana slip for Celtic, a banana skin, sorry. They were all kind of hoping that this would be the game where Celtic would slip up. Celtic's bottle's going to crash, according to a few pundits, and I like how big Chris Sutton after the game says bottle crash. Don't think so. I thought overall, obviously, very good performance. Again, it could have been a lot more than what it was. Obviously, Kyogo came back in. I was a bit surprised he started, to be fair, but if that's him leaving 80% fit, what is he going to be like, JP, after a pre-season with Celtic? A full pre-season, with a bit of rest, hopefully we win the league, and obviously don't need to play any stupid, silly qualifiers, i.e., I think if Villarreal don't win it, which I hope they don't, but you've got to obviously plan for next year, and next year you're planning on obviously winning group stages. And if that's the case with guys like Kyogo, fully fit, you get Hatate having a rest, it's all looking positive. And obviously in the game, he got his goal, could have had a lot more goals, and I think Ange knows that he's got a very, very good player in his ranks.
Oh, absolutely, mate. He looked 100 times fresher than what he did for the Sunday before when he came on in the semi-final. I said it to my dad, I think this Sunday Kyogo starts, Ryan. And the other day, I know it's a big call because Giakoumakis has been absolutely outstanding for us this season. But I think in terms of, I'm trying to think like Ange, and I think Kyogo is number one, mate. Like, I don't think, as much as we're saying Giakoumakis is a brilliant player, Kyogo's got that kind of Henrik Larsson quality in him, Ryan. I thought his goal was very similar to one of Henrik's goals at the weekend. The timing at the leap, the header itself, and just his all-round movement, Ryan, is just frightening. Absolutely frightening. As you said yourself, mate, he's still nowhere near 100% mark. He probably won't get back to that now until maybe next season. If you want to look at it on that. I don't know what his stats were like at the weekend, but he certainly looked a lot sharper. What was it he gave us? About nearly 70 minutes?
Roughly, give or take, mate, aye.
Roughly. So, as I say, and then a big fella came on and he caused mayhem. He was unlucky with that one. I hit a bar at Jota, obviously, scores for. But I thought Jota was outstanding at the weekend, Ryan. I thought he was back to he found a bit of form again, right at the right time. Some of his deliveries were unbelievable. They were pinpoint accuracy right to the man. But when you look at Kyogo, Ryan, and his link-up play with Maeda as well for the one, I think the two of them had made about 3-4-1-2s with one another. And Kyogo was unlucky. He just didn't get enough on his shot and he just went over the bar. There was one he didn't catch right and it hit the bar. There was one he scored and it was chopped off for offside and it was never offside.
Never offside.
Never offside. So, in terms of VAR and stuff like that, I can't wait till that comes on because obviously that'll rectify all that nonsense. But the one O'Reilly hits and it hits Big Laidlaw and comes out and he just hits it straight back at him. If he puts it on either side, it's a goal. I thought personally, Ryan, our tempo, intensity of the game was absolutely unbelievable on another level again. And I thought we should have been in easily 4-up at half time. Easily. Overall scoreline for Ross County actually flatters him. Because it was one of the most one-sided games. Put it this way, see if that was a boxing match, they'd have finished that. The ref would have caught that in the first half.
But see, it's
funny.
It's funny that that we all know that I think Ross County had one shot on target. I think it might have been two, but for what I've seen for the BBC's stats, it was one shot on target.
Yeah,
Celtic had so many corners. I think it was 6 corners in the first 10 minutes. It was ridiculous. But if you looked at the BBC's website, or I think it was the Sun or BBC, Celtic struggled. To beat Ross County. It was nervy my fucking balls. It was not one bit of nervousness in that game. Vickers blocked a shot and Hart saved a shot. But that's what they're there today.
Yeah.
There was not 1 ounce of Celtic were nervous. And see if Ross County scored that, I believe Celtic would have up Park scored anyway. Celtic were in very, very good form on Sunday. I sensed in the first 10 minutes that the game was just about done because there was not a chance that you seen the way, as you say, mate, you seen the way we were playing, the intensity, we were superb. The intent was there. O'Reilly I thought O'Reilly was superb. What a play we've got in our hands with him. Like you say, with Kyogo, mate, and I don't want people who are listening to think, he's saying Larson, because I know exactly what you're saying, mate. He's the sort of guy who could do nothing for 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And give you a big bit of magic, like he does.
He's got that quality, he's got that order and quality about him, Ryan. There's no doubt in my mind, because he proved it in the cup final. He wasn't 100% in the cup final, Ryan. The League Cup final. And he went and he scored 2 goals. He single-handedly handed Celtic that cup final. And bearing in mind we were a goal down.
And
we went 1-0 down in that game.
And we
took centre. I was like 3 or 4 passes and the wee man scored. But his first touch you go back to that game and all, his first touch in the League Cup final to take his cell in onto his stride. I've never seen him do that. The ball was behind him. And the way he just no, but it was like one of the CDB brush and shovel you get along a flare. He just scooped it right into his path. And unbelievable finish. The guy is absolutely quality. And it was nice to hear him. I don't know if you've seen his interview, Ryan.
Yeah.
It was nice to get that. It was nice to get that.
Ovation.
That's not what I'm meaning to say. It was nice to hear that feedback from him.
All right, aye.
And he said he was nearly crying when he made his comeback through his long-term injury. Mate, that's a guy that's not in a hurry to be gone in it. That's a guy that's he's definitely not in a hurry to be. He'll not be jumping ship anytime soon. And it wasn't that long ago, mate. He scored. What was it? He scored one of the big games for us. I think it was it not away tie?
He scored against Ferencváros, aye.
Aye, and when he scored that night, it was like the day later. BBC and Daily Record, they had him linked with Southampton.
Oh, he's been linked with Southampton all season.
I know, and it's like every time we do well, or I mean, many jobs is that Big Andrew's now getting in the summer. It wasn't long ago he was a 4-man candidate list for the Man United job.
Well,
and the guy that's now got the Man United job wasn't even on that list.
Well, we supposedly getting the Southampton job, don't we?
There you go, right after him, I know, aye. So, do you know why it is, mate? It's because we're doing that well. It's because of how well we're doing. As soon as this press and rags and stuff like that up here see what we're doing, they just go, we need to start causing animosity in there. We need to start causing it for them. We need to do this, we need to do that. And as I say, it's time and time again, mate. And I'm not surprised with that wee headline you mentioned earlier on as well regarding the Celtic scrape by. But as I say, we've been used to this now for years, Ryan.
But that's been it's been that all season.
And by the way, see we won this league, Ryan. It'll get played. Sorry to interrupt you again, mate.
That's all right.
It'll get played down to hell. It'll be a certain team threw it away, blah blah blah. It was no. Nothing to do with the fact that we've went unbeaten for the end of September.
It's quite a good point you mentioned, mate. We'll speak about it and obviously back to the Ross County game. But the fact, obviously, they're saying that Celtic have spent 30 million. Celtic have a net profit of at 9 to 10 million. Celtic have no spent money. They brought money in. Aye, they've spent it, but they've no spent it out their own pocket. Money they've brought in and money they've spent. There's still £10 million in profit in transfer fees by the net spend. And that's without taking in the profit they've had for player sales.
Yeah.
So Celtic have been unbelievable for run about end of August, middle of September. Celtic have been relentless. The odd draw here and there, but you don't score over 120 odd goals by this point of the season if you're not doing well.
Oh, exactly.
It's as simple as that. And that show had Jackie Marcus out for a lot of the season, Kyogo out for a lot of the season. Big Julian, who you would probably class as your best defender before the start of the season, he was out. You didn't have a settled squad. Ange lost his captain, had to get a new captain, McGregor. He's only just met McGregor, and he's probably only went by hearsay what he's seen through videos about McGregor. He doesn't know McGregor. He's only just come out of the club. He's got a new captain. He's signed a new goalkeeper. Basically, signed a full. I think he's at 17 players at one or something. I've signed.
Yeah. 17 players over 2 transfer windows.
So he's had to rebuild a full squad with a club that was in disarray, a club that didn't have a fucking chief executive at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously, Don Mackay came in. The club was in meltdown. Let's be honest, right? We don't want to admit it because we're in a better state now. We can you can look, no laugh, but you can look in it and go, maybe somewhat of that fucking still game or fucking, do you know what I mean? It was a bit of a fucking shit show. Like you said, Brown was away. Who was going to be the captain? Was it McGregor, Julian? Fucking who's going to be in goals? We were just aware of the fucking camp.
It's not that bearing in mind, Ryan, in the summer we thought Eddie Howe was going to be the manager, and how long did that drag on for?
Exactly.
Well,
so the fans have been pinned on this guy. They've got a guy who they don't even. Some guys can't even say his second name. But we don't know who this guy is.
Big Alan Brazil called him Postecoglou.
Aye. I'm only just getting his name now. Do you know what I mean? I'm not good at names, mate. So it was one of the ones. The club was in disarray. Desmond wasn't coming out and talking. The fans were just like, what the what's happening at your club here in one season? And then obviously Big Dave King says, he's all falling a pack of cards. We're all thinking here, by the way, are we falling a pack of cards? Because we're not doing well here. But the guys came in, he's signed guys on his own, basically his own scouting, because we've got an odd scouting team, but we've not got a scouting team that we probably like to have at this time of the season. He's come in, he's got in, basically it's his squad now, it's his players. He's come in with no backroom staff, he's had to take on the backroom staff, which obviously I think we're hearing about a few changes at the start of the season or during the off-season. Yes. There's a lot of things that we were getting touted with a few pundits in the papers and the rags to finish third.
I know.
Listen, I know we were very well.
They had the Hearts finishing second at one point, didn't
Hearts finishing second, Aberdeen finishing second, Rangers winning the league with all sorts of points again. Celtic win nothing.
There was a guy on Clyde One at the beginning of the season, and I think because we lost like our first 3 games out of 6.
That's right, mate. Aye.
And we lost 3 games out of 6, maybe not in that order of losing consecutively. And obviously, Midtjylland knocked us out the Champions League qualifiers pretty end, and that was a catastrophe. Remember, that was said to Ange as well. That was funny. Ange quite quickly put that to bed as well. But the guy phoned in and he says, "Why Celtic are going to know the block it make a split?" This guy is spot checked right now to see what kind of drugs you've been taking.
It just shows you, mate, the disrespect of Celtic. It just shows
totally.
You. It doesn't matter. See, even with the guys that... See, if we didn't rebuild the squad right and you still had, say, your Ayers, your Christies, whatever else, we didn't sell anybody and we didn't really buy anybody, that squad would have still finished second. The squad still finished second last year, so why would it just automatically become third or fourth?
Yes.
How anybody would say Celtic would finish third? Honestly, mate, I still stick by that. This shows you how bad the media, and if you want to call them pundits and whatever else, right? When Brendan Rodgers, I think I've mentioned before in the podcast, when Brendan Rodgers came in, Celtic signed Sinclair, they signed Dembele, and I think Kolo Toure. I don't know if that was the year after, right? But
that was his first season, right? That was the first year.
As soon as he signed, right, every pundit was saying Rangers to win the league, Celtic. That's Joey Barton. I'm like, we've just signed a £4.5 million player for Aston Villa to come up here. You've got a guy who nearly won the league, Liverpool, and the players probably let him down. And you're expecting a team to come up for the Championship to come up and beat Celtic to the league.
I think the one that had major doubt with it was Big Dembele because he came for Fulham.
But see that squad, even if he didn't sign any players, you still had your Armstrongs, your Christies, who else did we have?
Paddy Roberts.
You still had all the guys there. So if it was
Lustig, Boyata, Simunovic,
it wouldn't have mattered, mate, in my opinion, if it was me or you, mate. I don't think if it would have mattered if it was me or you who took care of that squad, mate, that squad wouldn't really get you. Because Rangers weren't good enough. They were Aberdeen. They were any other team to win. Celtic would have only had... To be fair, Celtic only bought 2 or 3 players in that season, I'm sure.
I think they did, Ryan. I think you're right. But I think they also...
Rodgers improved Celtic. He made them better. That's the difference. So that, for me, mate, that just shows you how us as fans just don't need to take any leaf out what they say, because that shows you...
I don't listen. I don't buy papers.
I don't either, mate, but I just like to stick a boot in them because they're full of shite. That's why I tell Celtic fans, do not phone into the Clyde phone into fucking BBC Sports Round, because we're supporting getting something for them to give you back in fucking ammo, because they don't respect your opinion. They don't.
The one that I would only try and phone into Ryan's the one Big City's on.
Live 5, is that what it's called?
Aye, because they take BBC, is it BBC 5 or something? Normally does it with Robbie Savage. That's usually a good laugh to listen to, right enough for they two. And but Big City made it a priority, not just an afterthought. Or not. He made it a priority, mate, to talk to the producers of that show to allow Scottish football fans to phone that show. Because I'll tell you what, mate, see the last year or two, he's educated Robbie Savage something terribly, by the way, about actual Scottish football. Because I remember watching the two of them on the BT Sport now every day, like their version of the Jeff Sterling and all that on a Saturday. Well, they two were on there, and Big Sutty says to him, "You really need to come up to Scotland and watch football." He says, and I'm not talking about Celtic, Rangers, Hearts. I'm talking about Queen of the South, Falkirk, Peterhead, Celtic Hearts, Cove Rangers, teams of that. Because Big Sutty was rhyming off players, names, managers, coaches, a lot that worked with all these clubs. And he's like, "You've not got a clue, but you'll sit there and you want to try and be funny." And he says, "You're just showing yourself up for being a fool on national TV." He said so. And they actually cut away to an advert during this because they two started getting a wee bit heated with the two of them. And I was like, "Big Sutty, well in, big man." Like that. That's what we want to see. Because they were really serious at BT Sport, mate. They were really serious about Scottish football.
Yep.
They took Scottish football very seriously. Your Michael Stewart's, John Hartson's, even Kevin Thompson. Big Sutty, Stephen Craigan, who's more or less just Big Sutty's bitch, really, because he slaps him down nearly every time. Alec Ray, he's another one. He's another apologist who he's just a cheerleader, mate, for the blue side of Glasgow.
I've actually got one of Alex Ray's tweets bookmarked on my Twitter for the end of the season.
Ready to go.
Ready to go, mate.
That one with Hattati?
No, he says, I think it was when Celtic had put a Europe Apple lump, or Rangers qualified in Europe recently in a game. It might have been against, who was it? It wasn't Braga. They qualified for the Europa League, I think, and he says something like it was something to do with like the disco lights are quiet or something. It was something to do with that. I'll need to find it. And
right, okay.
When hopefully when we win the league, I'll be able to say.
They're only quiet in February.
Well, they're fucking quiet now.
No, I'm saying the disco lights were only quiet in February because there was murder on the dance floor that night, mate. Oh. It wasn't so fair like Spectre.
No, it was fucking. I'm feeling it for us anyway. I'll tell you that.
Aye, definitely. Big Shirley Bassey and a couple of Jimmy Bell. Couple of Jimmy Bell's army man were on their knees that night, weren't they?
Aye, B. Barisic was on his knees that night.
He sat down in the middle of the park, man. He's like, what are you doing? Here the ball here, the ball's in the back of the net. You know, just shoot it a seat, son. You know what I mean?
It's interesting, obviously, you mentioned about BBC, I think Video 5 Live, and obviously the Scott how they're serious about Scottish football and BT were serious. Obviously, we've seen the day. Obviously, we'll touch on the Ross County game soon, but while we're here, may as well speak about it. Obviously, how much money we need to pay to watch Scottish football.
Oh, it's frightening.
Sky Sports,
BT
Sports, Premier Sports, fucking everything. Celtic TV, you need to buy Rangers TV. Guys are going IPTV now because they're talking about the cost of living, but yet they're having all these avenues to buy football.
Yeah.
Some guys who have no season books, i.e. due to family reasons or financially can't afford it, or because obviously there's a waiting list, they might need to pay a tenner a game on Celtic TV or whatever. And then they need to pay for BT Premier Sports, which I think BT do you show Scottish football, I don't know. So
no, really. Well, no, it's Premier Sports in it because you've got the 2 cups now. So
you've got all that to pay. It's just for me, JP. Like he says, I wish obviously they're going to. I don't know the full details of what they're going to be doing, but suppose they're going to move to another channel, or somebody else going to be dealing with it. I don't know why. I think it's been mentioned before, but we spoke about it quite a lot on this. Why can Celtic, Rangers, Aberdeen, whatever, either they have their own channel and the fan just pays a £10 a month and you get the full streaming for every home and away game, or Scottish football set up an SFA TV or an SPFL TV. You pay, I don't know, $12.99 a month and you get all the home and away games and you get highlights of the games, etc. for every single game in Scotland, not just your team.
Aye.
What's Celtic Hearts, Fee Cove, or Albion versus County? Obviously, they need to do a lot of work with employing people to do the TV and the cameras and whatever. But all you need at the games is a camera to watch it. That's all you need. You don't need somebody to talk through it. You don't need anybody to take you through an analysis. All you need is somebody to have a camera and just watch the game. And all you need to do is log in and watch.
How would you feel with a camera just following the ball and not having any commentary, mate? That would be mental.
No, but I suppose you could put on, say it's Albion versus Cowden Beef. You could put the Albion Cowden Beef commentary on it.
Aye.
So you're getting value for money. Let's be honest, right? Albion Rovers fans, if they can't get to the game, they can log in and watch it through that instead of logging in.
No,
you
that's
know what I mean?
That's what an idea that is, mate. That's
I know these teams have got their own outlet. Like Albion Rovers have TV, Partick Fish have got PT, FC TV, Celtic. So you're paying into your own club. But instead of doing that, why can the clubs not pay into a big organisation, just say it's SPFL, you get up one big TV outlet and that covers every club in Scotland. It surely can't be hard to put a camera in every single club.
Yeah.
Surely, I'm just trying to, it's beneficial as well. Instead of, for toxic, me and you, mate, right? Me and you have got books, right? But if for toxic, we've no books and we need to pay to watch a game, right? I'm paying, just say it's one game, just as a tenner, right?
Yeah.
Tenner, you're going to buy probably sweeties to watch the game. You might buy a few beers to watch the game, right? And your kids as well. Say they're up the stairs and they might watch it themselves, so they need to pay for it again. But if you've got, just say you got a family pass as well, do you know what I mean? It's different ideas they can talk, but why is it taking guys like fans like me and you to talk about this, but the guys up the top can't fucking think for shit?
No idea, mate, but it's always the same, mate, because football is all about the fans. I mean, look what they've done in Germany, mate. They've made on match days, mate, you get free travel and it's all about the fans. Everything, the whole experience is a total. It's a big day and a big fuss is made about it. And here it's just make your own way and that's it. It's just kind of you're an afterthought. Like see Sky. I mean, Sky haven't even. Do you know Sky haven't taken up the? They're supposed to show so many. I cannot admit. I don't want to sit here and spout nonsense right live. I'm not doing that because I don't know the figure. But they have not. I say with the second season, when the season finishes, because they're not going to. It's been calculated, and obviously a stat was put in social media about this. They're not going to be able to show what their contract. Just say for talking sake, Ryan, right? Just say for talking sake, they were meant to broadcast 49 games a season. Well, last season they only broadcasted 37 of the games. This season it's going to work out something like, just say it was 50 games or 49 games. It's going to work out 35 or 36. I can't help. I seen it the other day. I actually meant to put it in our group chat. But it is absolutely unbelievable. And they have no interest whatsoever in Scottish football. I don't know why they bought the tender off BT. I don't know why BT never got their head together and just fought hard to get that and keep it. I don't know why Sky have done that because it was a back thought, under the bridge sort of investment. Because as soon as a Scottish game finishes, mate, it goes to an advert, bang, right onto an English game. Without any warning, nothing, just straight onto an English game. And then you've got to go through the rest of the channels to try and get the other channel that the game's on.
Well, let's be fair as well, mate. Sky Sports are only interested in Celtic Rangers. They don't care about your Aberdeens and Hibs or Dundee versus Ross County. See that game against Arbroath and Kelly, right? See, I guarantee you that if BT would have booked BT, might have took that game on, right? And obviously BBC have took it on because they've obviously got a contact with the Championship game, I'm sure, but BT might have took that on, right? And see, for me, BT would have made that brilliant. Maybe an hour before it, an hour after.
That's what I'm saying. They'd have built it all up to because it was like a cup final, wasn't it? Really, that game and the magnitude of that game and what it meant. Kilmarnock could win the league, or both could win the league. It was a massive game. So you're right. BT would have they would have given you 45 minutes to an hour's programme before it and a build up, all talking about it, different pundits on. I get that, mate.
But like you say as well, the Glasgow Derby games. You're getting the game's finished and it's going to make it an advert. Celtic won at Ibrox and we are waiting as fans to go and see them celebrating, clapping with the fans. Oh, boom, right to an advert. Are you fucking joking?
I know.
And then they'll talk for 5 minutes in our advert, and you're like, what I want them to do is see the way BT used to be like Sutton and Lennon, Craigan and Alex Ray, and they used to actually basically talk like in a pub. It was a proper fucking
argument. It was like a proper sitting with all the boys talking about. It
was like what Richards and Neville and what they did down south. They actually they let them talk. Sometimes when it gets a bit, I think they put an advert, but you're just like going to let the guys actually analyse the game and have a fucking chat. Why is it advert back? Then it's all, by the way, go move to the fucking main event channel if you want to keep watching.
If you want to continue watching us, otherwise we're going to Crystal Palace and Leicester. Bye. And it's like, oh, cheers. I know what you're saying, mate. It's pathetic. It's absolutely shocking. And I wholeheartedly, I think that's a brilliant idea what you've said there about an SPFL fucking football channel. Mate, we are last to do everything in this country.
Yep.
We're the last European country to have VAR. And we're not even getting it now to December. It's going to be halfway through the season before it comes in. No doubt there'll be a wad of honest mistakes being made before that, or I don't know. You could think of anything, you know what I mean? But as I say, the only good thing about VAR is we'll probably get to see Jimmy Bell picking Gio's nose now. You know what I mean? Once he starts showing the replays of the games.
That as well, Jimmy Bell eventually need to lift his wee hang up. Oh, here we go.
Aye. Wee Gio sitting on his Paw Patrol chair, you know what I mean? Jimmy Bell feeding him Haribos.
His Peppa Pig sandwiches.
His wee Peppa Pig sandwiches and his Fireman Sam uniform on.
You're right, mate. They've got to do something. Shoot, if we can sit and talk about it, obviously I know finances come a big part of life, right? But surely the Scottish football, if they say to the clubs, look, if you put, I don't want to quote money because I'm no good with finances, right? Just for talk's sake, I don't know, 100 grand each per maybe SBFL club, 12 teams in the top league, maybe 10 grand every other club, put it together and make a channel. Do you know what I mean? It's no, surely it can't be hard to organise a fucking TV channel for the full of Scotland instead of having obviously Celtic TV for your own Celtic personal TV. Yeah. If you want to watch the highlights or if you want to watch Celtic TV, that's your choice. Yeah. But if you're a neutral fan and you wanted to watch Celtic and Dundee, you either need to go to a stream or you need to pay for sale at Dundee TV. You can't just watch it. So for me, anyway, for the clubs and the game to get more viewings and rates, surely you would do that.
Aye. But you could actually do, man. You could get a channel and get a banner made up and just get big Jim White's face. Right? I've never seen that guy with a serious face in my life. I've watched that guy on the telly when he used to do Scotch Sport when I was a wee boy, sitting watching it with my dad. Mate, I think he's auditioned for a Joker and it's just stayed there. The
only time you get a serious face is, mate, when Rangers don't do well.
Well, that's it. But he tries to. No, but see, to be honest, I don't like that. See that Simon Jordan, mate? Oh, my goodness.
See, I don't mind Simon Jordan. I don't mind him.
No, he gets paid to waffle that nonsense. I just cannot. I honestly can't.
When he talks about Scottish football,
he probably gets good wages, right? Because Talk Sport's a big channel. I would imagine they get paid healthily. And I cannot believe he gets paid to sit and spout some of the nonsense he sits and spouts.
I don't like him talking about Scottish football, mate.
But that's about I was alluding to.
Some of the stuff I actually like him. We talked about down south in certain aspects of life. About obviously players having all these clothing brands, but yet they're not interested in the football. When he talks about all that, I'm like, I like all that. And when he talks about
that's fine, but see, as soon as he starts to talk about either about it's a Derby or Hearts or it was not that long ago he was talking about Hearts because Hearts are obviously they're going to be in the group stages of European football now to Christmas at least. Hearts are going to be in group stages. Regardless of whether it's Europe, I think they're in the playoff round of the Europa League.
And it's a conference in it.
And then if not, they drop into the group stages of the Europa Conference. So they've got European football to Christmas guaranteed now. So there are going to be 3 teams for Scotland participating in Europe next season now, which is the first time we've seen that for donkey's years for Aberdeen. We're in the UEFA group. Remember the UEFA Cup group stages they brought it into before it was turned to Europa? When Aberdeen, I think it was Jimmy Calderwood. Oh.
Was that when they played Bayern Munich? Aberdeen?
No. Jimmy Calderwood was their manager, Brian. The 2 young brothers played in the squad.
That's it.
They beat Copenhagen. They took 5 at Copenhagen at Pittodrie, mate.
That was McInnes with Bayern Munich, wasn't it?
What's that?
That was McInnes, was it not with Bayern Munich? No,
they never played Bayern Munich, mate.
Aberdeen did, aye. 100%.
No, in Europe, they didn't. They've not played in Europe for
Aberdeen. I'm sure it did. I'm sure Aberdeen did. A while ago, man. A while ago.
Aye, they played Bayern Munich when Alex Ferguson was their manager.
Oh, mate, 100%. I'm sure. I'm going to Google this with Ron here, mate. I'm 100% sure they did. Right. 100%.
Because Jimmy Calderwood was their manager I think that's the last time Aberdeen were in proper European Cup competition.
It might have been a qualifier or something, but I'll check, mate. Aye,
the reason I know it was Jimmy Calderwood, he's the only one that stands with the Hornsney trousers at the side, rattling away, man.
Aye, mate, it was 2008.
Right?
The last 32 UEFA Cup.
That must have been under Jimmy Calderwood then.
Aye, it was, mate. Aye. No, you're right, mate. Aye.
I'm not an Aberdeen fan, but wow, that's amazing, by the way. I can remember watching it because I'm sure it was 7-2 or 7-3. They get pumped, but they gave a good account of themselves. I don't know how it's been a good account of yourself, mate. Getting Gub 7-2 or 8-2 and I get wow, man. We nearly won.
Well, to be fair, we get pumped.
I happens the time Jimmy Calderwood fired the rosary beads in the bin, mate, after that result, man. He's like, whoa, bang. Cool. But no, as I say, mate, regards to that channel, mate, that's a brilliant idea and a good idea to get folk talking about. I think for like to put even fans to put something together. Like I don't know if you could do that. Like could fans broadcast their own sort of channels?
They probably could, mate. It's obviously depending.
Probably not. They'd need to be registered right enough.
They probably obviously licensing fucking finances and stuff, but I don't know why they can't do it, mate. But obviously on to Sunday's game, Ross County, like you say, Jota was superb, mate. I think we did say that. I was expecting Jota to turn a performance in, and by right, I think it was superb. The ball for Kyogo, that goal, I'm sure it's McGregor. Zinged the ball out. What a pass that was, by the way.
That was beautiful.
Zinged it, and then Jota's touch and boom, ball in. See the thing with Jota's deliveries are right. Sometimes, I think because he was frustrated the last few weeks, he was hitting them too hard. He was forced it. But that was just honestly, his deliveries are superb, and that's how you can tell, for me, JP, you can tell the guy is going to go far. I don't want to say he's better than Celtic, but you can see that he's got a lot of talent, and this is him only starting to progress in his footballing career. Yeah,
he needs to learn the consistency side. He needs to do it every week. Because he's a big letdown. He's on the semi-final, wasn't he? So,
but that's something we spoke about. But in this, wingers, people don't realise wingers are so inconsistent.
They are, right.
But when they're good, they're fucking really good.
See, when you become a craft at it, mate, and you look at your Arjen Robbins of the world, it's very, very seldom, mate, that he underperform. Very seldom. And if he did, I don't think I remember it, because any time I ever saw that wee guy play, mate, it was amazing. Probably one of the best wingers I've seen in the last 10, 20 years. Easy. Class. Guy was just class. There's other wingers as well. Like obviously, Giggs. And very seldom the Giggs put in a bad performance as well, mate. Do you know what I mean? And then Giggs sort of developed that he could play about 4 or 5 different positions. I don't know if Alec Ray will actually believe that or no, because obviously, you know, he's not sure he plays out left or he plays inside. I don't know if he's listening. I don't think he'll believe me. But he did, Alec. He did, mate. He did.
Alex doesn't like versatility players.
No, he doesn't like players that are versatile. Do you know why? Do you know what he finds it an issue? It's because he played with cement on his boots and he was always stuck in that centre circle. And he couldn't get out it. The only time I ever seen him move was when McGeady smashed his teeth out. When the rain ran right into him with his shoulder. Remember that?
Aye.
He came charging up like a raging bull. He bounced off McGeady. I think McGeady was all about 14.
Aye, Stone.
Stone, aye.
Aye, 14 dog years.
Aye.
No, you're right, mate, definitely. I think Jota and Abada's consistency's got a bit better as the season went on. Obviously, the last few weeks, obviously, they've been up and down. But for me, mate, is that the game as a whole, I thought we were superb, like you say. Guys like Vickers, even Ralston plays well, and Janovic has been injured. I think Ralston's proved now that he's a steady, reliable second choice, even a first choice if that's the way it's going to be.
I'm hoping the way you're going here, you're saving the best to last because you've yet to mention them.
Oh, don't worry. Me, Greg.
No. Because if you don't, by the way, if you don't, I will. So it's all right.
No, listen, Greg Taylor was superb.
He's been quality,
the last few weeks, he's really came to the fore, and he's no proved people wrong, but he's definitely upped his game the last 3 to 4 months. Since obviously I would say since January. Some fans are saying he's been superb all season. I'm going to say I disagree with you. I thought between the summer and to about the end of the year, I thought he was up and down, wasn't really playing well. He always
he was up and down, all right.
Aye, up and down fucking blowing at his arse. Sorry, Greg. But no, he's definitely took his performances to a new level. Obviously, the players are getting used to Angie's system, him as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not going. It's not going to change my mind on him. I still don't think if we're going to be in Europe that he can play Champions League football. I might be proved wrong, but it's just my opinion. But on his form, the new mate, he's been superb, and it's a position to lose. No matter who we sign this summer, it's his jersey to lose. Obviously, big Joe Hart didn't have much today. Again, on Joe Hart, how he's known that list for fucking player of the year, and Vickers as well. I know you can only pick so many people, right? And obviously can't just all be Celtic players, right? But
that's what you want.
Aye, obviously, look for what you've done this year so far, right?
Yeah.
You're basically 25-point swing, 46. Built a new squad, and to be fair, Tom Rogic for me has been superb, but has he been worthy been player of the year? Maybe no. But
no, possibly no.
I can't believe Vickers is not won the team of the year. I can't believe it. I really can't, mate. He's, for me, him and Starfelt should be the 2 centre backs. They've conceded the less goals. They've been the 2 best centre backs in Scotland.
I think he is in the team of the year, Ryan, is he not?
No, Vickers, isn't he? No, in the team of the year, sorry. See the actual list of player years.
Oh, aye. But he's not up for the nominee.
He's not for the nominees, but I'm sure he's in the team of the year, sorry. But I just obviously can't put a Celtic player in, but if Celtic they win the league, mate, Celtic have got to win every single fucking nominee. Surely fuck from where they've came last year to if they win the league. Andrew's going to get fucking man of the year. Vickers surely's going to get fucking McGregor's going to put player of the year. Do you know what I mean? It's
there is. I know what you're meaning, mate, but there is sort of other kind of out with us. There's other sort of wee fairy tales happening else. I mean, look at growth and all. That's probably why Dick Campbell's where he is.
As I know something, I'm sure I've seen that. I don't know if you've seen it today on Twitter. That's a good point you mentioned. The guy Thomas O'Brien. There was I think he's a defender for Arbroath. I think there was a faulty vote or something didn't go through properly, and that's how his nomination didn't get put up for the team of the year and the player of the year.
All right.
So I don't know how it's going to happen with that, but
is that an honest mistake?
Probably, aye.
Who was doing it? Who was going through the last brother beating or brother Martin?
I don't know, mate. Fucking Larry, anyway.
Aye. I think that Campbell's been put in with the nominees. I've seen the PFA one. I don't know if the league one is different to the PFA. Is the PFA the players or is that what's the PFA again?
Do you know? I don't even know. I can't. I don't want to say something that I don't know much about.
I don't want to say either.
I just know you get like the writers, the PFA, the fucking you got all these.
The PFA because it's Dick Campbell and I think Steve Clark's in there. I know, by the way. I've seen Steve Clark.
Rangers fans were saying, "What about Gio? The guy's lost a fucking a 9-point lead or 12-point lead."
I know. My reply to that would have been, "What about Gio?" So
he's a very small man, aye.
Aye, just leave me man alone. He's still trying to. He's still in that.
A big fucking lunchbox.
Aye, he's still in that thing, mate. Travel cop, mate. He's not got out of that yet. It's not that. Roy McKay's got to get every day and lift him out of the bar.
What Gio? Let's get training. Won't be mad. Let's go get the buzz.
Aye. Oh, here last week, Roy McKay kicked Gio because he thought he was one of the cones.
Especially when he's wee
He's
high
like,
vis
you need to
to
take
him
that.
now.
He says, you need to take that old jacket off.
He's high vis with him probably.
Aye.
Aye, mate, but on that, I just don't know. Obviously, I don't know how the voting goes, but obviously the guy, Ross County, Charles Cook, he's played well.
Good player and all.
Craig Gordon's done well for Hearts. There's some guys that obviously other teams have done well, you know what I mean? So, again, for a certain point of view, you want everybody to be up there and challenging for these obvious individual honours.
Of course. I agree with Carter Vickers, Ryan. I think he's been exceptional this season, mate. And I think, who's the other ones that are up there?
It's for the player year anyway, I'm sure. It's Vickers, McGregor, Rogic.
No, it's no Vickers, isn't it? No, Vickers isn't
there. Sorry, McGregor.
It's just Rogic. McGregor, Rogic.
Gordon and Cook. Gordon and Charles Cook.
Gordon and Cook.
Right. So,
I would imagine
McGregor maybe.
I'm going to be honest, I think it's going to be Callum. It's going to get this side. He's been outstanding. I mean, he's one of the unsung heroes in all right. He's the one that he kind of slightly goes under the radar. No, he is, but in general, because he does never play. I've never seen Callum play that bad. He was really like honking bad. No. He's just steady, but class all the way through the season. And I think many games. I think he's played about 500 games in 2 years. Do you know what I mean? Club and country. So it's testament to him and all. The only injury he's had which was a bit of a shame, was that one to his eye. Mm-hmm. The last 4 or 5 years, mate. I think he's played 5-6 years of football solidly without really any major interruption, mate. That is unbelievable, right? To then go and play European football, to then go and play international football, to be playing in high-profile derbies, and that was before he became a Celtic captain. Now he's got that role. Mm-hmm. His job's a lot. I would say his job's a bit more harder now. And obviously the way he's got to conduct himself, his whole life, his personal life, even see before he was a captain, right? He would have probably been able to live still a bit of a normal life. See now that he's a Celtic captain, mate, his whole life's probably changed again. Mm-hmm. Tenfold, because where he is now. Because he's now one of the biggest ambassadors for the club now.
He's probably one of, maybe if no, one of the biggest players in Scotland.
Well, he is. Not height right enough, but he's definitely one of the biggest
names.
Names, aye. But as I say, totally remarkable for what he's done. But to become a Celtic captain, right, to then establish himself as a Celtic captain throughout the season, and we've just watched him grow and grow and grow. And the way he is a captain, Ryan, he's doing different things that I've never seen before, mate. Mm-hmm. We all start semi-final, mate, he go all in the huddle straight away. And it was as if they say, do not let this fucking derail what we're trying to do. Mm-hmm. We go again.
Yep.
That's it. Get us out your heat now. We go again, that's it. We let it go. It's gone. All right, we probably didn't play that well, or we underperformed. But it's gone. That's it. Gone. So, aye, as I say, it's good to watch, Ryan. We've been blessed, mate, to get to see it grow in front of us. I'm talking about Ange. By the way, I think it was Declan. It says, I'll give Declan a shout out tonight. I think it was him that mentioned this. This is only phase one. The aim across the water, I think it's tough to know. Mm-hmm. Wait till next season. Yep. We're a bit more settled together and things are, a bit more rosier with us. With the addition of probably some more quality. I don't doubt Ange's recruitment for 1 minute, Ryan. I wholeheartedly trust the guy now to go and find anybody. We've heard the players that we've been linked to the last couple of days, blah, blah, blah. Some of us have heard of them, some maybe haven't. And I've never once thought to myself, I don't want him, or I'm not wanting him, or I don't want him. Mm-hmm. I just trust Ange wholeheartedly now, mate, to go and pick the right player to come in and suit our system, mate. And that's key, Ryan. It's not about he's coming in to sit on the bench. We'll not see him for 5-6 months, maybe even a year before he gets a game. He's coming in and out to make a difference. Because there'll still be players leaving, Ryan. There'll still be players going. There'll still be players exiting the door. So this is how it's still phases that we're going through under Ange to get to where he wants us to be. And that's scary, mate. If we think he's doing well enough.
Scary, mate, aye. This was always going to be how should you call it, a bedding in period for Ange, but he had to come in and do it right away because of the situation that we're in. How anybody, again, I need to reiterate this, if we win the league, I need to keep saying, I don't you want to say the league's won, etc. Let's be fair, if you win on Sunday, or if in my opinion, if you stay undefeated on Sunday and you come out with a draw at least, I think the league should have been done. But until we've got that trophy or it's mathematically impossible, I'll never say it's finished because, mate, you know and I know football's a fucking strange game. So I need to keep saying this. If how anybody can knock anything off Celtic and knock anything off that guy, for me, you're just either bitter or you just don't like Celtic or you just don't know football. For what he's done in the space of time he's come in and done, I'm not wanting to say this guy's in the same ilk of your Guardiola's, your Klopps, etc. But could some of these guys come in and could Guardiola come in and sign 17 players and do what he's done? I don't know. He probably could, right? But with the budget that we've got, could he do that? Do you know what I mean? The budget and just go. Guardiola would need to buy guys at fucking look Klopp, £75 million for Van Dijk. Celtic spend that maybe in 7 and 8 years. Do you know what I mean? For what that guy's done, mate, and the amount of time he's had to do it, like he's basically come out and says that he's not had time to really do anything on the training park because it's just games playing, European games, international games.
Yeah,
he's only had maybe a week or two to actually sit down and get Messi through to the team. So think about a full pre-season with this guy, mate.
Oh, honestly, it's got to be scary, and I keep saying it. He's an elite coach, in my opinion, man. He's got an elite football brain. The way he sees the game totally different for you. I don't want to put people down, as I say, because they're in that field, they're doing the job. But there's managers that are at a decent level, but they're nowhere near that level. And people keep saying to me, "Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's working with a rotten budget, and he's doing this and he's doing that." Well, Frank Lampard couldn't get a tune out of Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel came in and changed them. They went on to win the Champions League now.
Yep.
See if you're a good manager, Ryan, you'll make it fucking work. It's that simple. I'm sick of hearing people say, "Oh, well, do you know what? He's not at the time and he's not." No, see if you're a good manager, you'll make things happen. Yep. You'll see where you're going wrong and you'll correct it to stop going wrong.
Well, obviously, I know O'Neill came in and got a bit of dough below what O'Neill done in the space of a year. And
it was a rebuild with him and all, mate.
Yep.
And he came in off the back of a 20-point fucking gap. The way Ange's came in for last season.
But Rangers had money then. Well, the money that they were spending.
Obviously we didn't know back then. But we didn't know back then government was a tax haven, mate. You know what I mean?
Rangers had, they were spending money on players that obviously they couldn't afford at the time. But that was a very strong Rangers squad that Celtic played against. The Celtic won the title against them. And it wasn't just a title, they annihilated them that season.
No, definitely. I mean, and won the treble.
And I still believe, JP, right? People might, and if it's Aberdeen fans, Rangers fans that listen to this, I don't know, right? I don't know who listens to this. Other fans, but see if Ange came in with the squad he had now, and he just came in and had to inherit that squad, I think it'd be 15, 17, 18 points ahead by now. I really do.
Definitely.
I do, mate. Just because he came in, see even at the start of the season, mate, when we lost in Dury games, we were only playing bad. We just, you can see it was teething issues with the squad.
Yeah.
As soon as you started, I still believe it was Aberdeen game, mate, that changed our fortunes because there was big pressure on him to win that game.
What really changed the momentum and what made us overtake him in the long run was that 1-0 victory against Dundee United at Celtic Park, and the one of Bader scores in the death of the game.
Aye.
That totally changed their mindset altogether. That made that squad believe they could go and win the league after that.
I believe so, mate.
They could see anything happening and unfolding in front of them. And then it was a game after that we played them the Wednesday night, wasn't it?
Might be right, mate. Aye, might be right.
What happened? You know what I mean? They came out the traps flying, which I've got a feeling they're going to do again at the weekend. Because I think they'll have analysed the Ibrox game. And I think they'll have analysed the cup final. And you could probably say the two games we probably won the... Like the Ibrox game, we done enough to win the game. Right? We weren't under that great a threat, apart from Kroos Paws coming into the box. But other than that, there wasn't like an end product at the end of that. Joe Hart never pulled off hundreds of saves. The game in the semi, we just never get going. We never played our game that day. For whatever reason, it just didn't happen for us. They threw the kitchen sink at us, and they still couldn't beat us in 90 minutes.
Yep.
So, and it took an OGE for them to get their victory. It was always going to take whatever it was going to be anyway. It was either going to be us or them.
Well,
so it took an OGE for them to outdo us. And by that stage, you're dead in your feet, mate. You know what I mean? You're ready to go to your bed because you put everything into the game, and or maybe no everything into the game as in terms of your quality, but in terms of your effort and stuff. I don't think for a minute Celtic players just weren't trying that day, mate.
No, it's
they were. It was one of the days, mate. Nothing was happening. But there's a way to rectify that, Ryan. And they've got a chance now to do that on Sunday in front of us again. So it's going to be a cauldron again, mate. I know there's going to be some fans in for the other side, but it's back to being a cauldron, a noise again. You're not going to have that half and half split you had at Hampden. So they're really doing in numbers in terms of their squad, mate. I know I don't even think they've got a striker. I'm actually hearing, I don't even know if this is true, mate. I've actually heard a rumour that they cannot play Sakala tomorrow night because he's unvaccinated and he's not allowed to go. That's how he never played against Dortmund, apparently, in Germany.
Well, obviously, when I went to see the Celtic were playing Leverkusen to get into Germany, you had to have had 2 vaccines.
Well, he's not been vaccinated at all.
Well, see, I don't know how it works with professional athletes.
Right.
But I know when I went, I couldn't get into a restaurant or you can get a pint, mate, without two jags.
Well, the thing is, Ryan, that was the same reason he never got to travel to Dortmund.
So basically, if that is the case, then they'll probably play Kent or something like something. They've never
they play that big Cedric Eton.
No.
I think the last time he played for him, mate, must have been on the Xbox or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't remember the last time he played.
Fucking champ manager.
Sensible soccer.
Aye. Oh, mate, I didn't know that actually. I didn't know that, mate. I didn't know that.
I've seen that earlier on, and I was like, that's unbelievable. And then at the weekend, mate, they're not going to have Balogun, they're not going to have Hollander, they've no Roof, they've no Ramsey, they're really doing the numbers, mate. Do you know what I mean? And I just think if we come out the traps, we're flying, mate. There's only going to be
1 minute.
1 minute, exactly.
I would think so, mate.
Personally.
I think as well, there's...
I don't want to start making daft predictions either, but...
No, aye.
If we turn up, mate, then realistically, mate, I can't see anything but a Celtic victory.
Like I've said to you, mate, obviously we'll talk about more as the days go on, but I still believe that the Celtic turn up to the away game, it does not matter what Rangers do, in my opinion.
No.
If Celtic turn up to the away game, there's only going to be one winner. And Sunday, the last game, two teams were kind of iffy, and they only beat us in penalties. So, in the first game, they played us, we were a bit part team, and in my opinion, we should have won. So, I still think we've got the better of them. I still think we're the best team in Scotland, but again, you need to prove that again on Sunday. It's another mission game to prove it. And for me, mate, there's a wee carrot dangling. If you win this game, you basically sew up the league, basically.
Well, you're 9 points ahead with that goal difference, Ryan. Do you know what I mean? What is it, 19 or something? Sitting at?
So basically, you can lose 3 games, mate, as long as you don't lose 19 goals. That's
it. That's it. It's just not going to happen, Ryan.
It's not going to happen,
game for the end of September.
But see, with fair, mate, you could lose 3 games, but you won't concede 19 goals.
No.
So if you win on Sunday, it's no.
We're not losing. I don't care what anybody says, mate. We are not losing 3 games. It's not happening. No, out of the 4 that's left. No, the teams that we're coming up against, mate, are not good enough to beat us, in my opinion.
No, I agree, mate.
What is it? We've got this game, Hearts, and then Motherwell, at Parkhead.
Aye.
It's just not happening, right? It's not happening. I don't think Motherwell, going with what I saw on Saturday, are anywhere near our level, or even capable of causing an upset. Every team is capable of causing an upset, but I just think the way Ange just got them drilled, Brian, and the way their mindset and everything, you've seen it on Sunday, mate. They could have very easily, after last Sunday, buckled and went, we never played well, and that could have ate away to them. Mate, they came out with a point to prove on Sunday, and that was 2-0. But like I says at the beginning, mate, the scoreline flattered Ross County. That could have been about 8 or 9, easy, if it wasn't for the boy Laidlaw and a bit of like us being clinical sort of thing.
Yeah.
That could have been a cricket score at the weekend. If we start early at the weekend coming, then you could be 2-3 up at half time again the way you were in February. Easy.
Like you say, mate, obviously they'll have that game in Thursday night, tomorrow night. Obviously, they'll have they'll have to travel back. They've only really going to have 1 day of rest. So, if we, I'm not going to say that it's really poor, but if we can't beat our A game and turn it and win, considering they're going to be losing players and very, very tired, then because I'm expecting Leipzig to beat them. So,
if they take a down, see if they take a 2 or 3 nothing drubbing earlier. They're going to be in a downer.
Aye.
And then you start that game on Sunday, Celtic get an early goal round. It just creeps into you, mate. It just, here we go.
Aye. I'm like you, mate. I still believe that if we turn up, mate, we win the game. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we'll go through the next few days, build up to the game, but I'm like you, mate. I just think if we turn up to an A game, I think we win the game. But obviously, we'll touch on that as the days go on. But obviously, the last thoughts, mate, over the last few days at Celtic.
Just happy, mate. Really, really happy. Obviously, if you look at, we said it earlier, mate, if you look where we came from now, it's totally night and day. It's at a point now, even when we lost the semi-final, I wasn't too downhearted about it. Fair enough, we lost. But I just know that Celtic team have got it to go again. And like we've said before, mate, we've all spoke, every one of us have all spoke at length at us. You're just looking forward to the next one now because they're playing that well. He's got them well drilled, mate, and they're just ready to go, and they're entertaining. Do you know what I mean? And when all that one-touch football comes off, it's amazing to watch, mate. We saw a lot of it in the St Johnstone game. We've seen quite a bit of it on Sunday there again. Especially, now I think the two of them are magic together. McGregor and Taylor. See when Taylor comes inverted, it is unbelievable to watch some of the movement, and then you've got like Hatate floating or O'Reilly dragging people here, and just I love watching the manipulation of it all because teams they get tractor beamed into it, right, and they don't realise they're getting rattled. Do you know what I mean? You're getting leathered just with legs itself that are just running by you for fun. The fitness levels that they've showed, and they didn't look tired on Sunday. They came out with a rocket up their backside on Sunday, and a bit to prove. And fair enough, because obviously, Ange just said it. He felt as if he let us down on Sunday, the Sunday before when we lost the semi. I don't like saying any Celtic fans are very disappointed. See that mindset, mate? That's magic, mate.
Yep.
Magic, because you know. Obviously, we know there's a couple of bumps going to hit. They're going to hit bumps along the way, mate. But see the consistency for them, especially in the league, it has been unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I wouldn't have, if anybody had told me at the beginning of the season, by the way, this is going to happen, and this is where you're heading into the beginning of May, and this is where you're going to be, I'd have laughed at you, man. I'd have been like, I ain't bother. We've not won we've lost 3 of our first 6 games. Fucking Mudsplash team for Denmark beat us, know what I mean? Some of them wouldn't even get a game of 5 with you on a Friday or a Saturday. And you're like, I ain't bother, we're going to be sitting top of the league. And then it's all came to fruition. It's all came to, because of guys that he's brought in and recruited, the 2 Windies like Kyogo and Hatate and Maeda and O'Reilly, Giacomakis. He's improved Greg Taylor tenfold. He's improved Tony Ralston tenfold. He's turned them 2 into Cafu and Roberto Carlos. I don't know what he's putting a lot on, man, but they 2 have just all of a sudden started playing like Brazilians. Like, what the hell is going on here? I mean, Greg Taylor's never been that good in his life.
No.
I watched him for Kilmarnock, man, and he couldn't get out of 18-yard blocks. And I'm like, what's going on? Now you're watching him, he's actually beating people, nutmegging people, running by them, running round them, outrunning people for the ball. And I'm going like that, what is going on? It's totally night and day, Ryan, and it's so exciting to see, mate, because we've got a guy there who's coaching them and tweaking wee things here and there. But not just that, Ryan, we've got a cracking background team as well, mate. You've got to commend the work that's going on there and all. The boy Anton McElhone, mate, the sports scientist.
Yeah.
It's no coincidence, mate. I've signed this guy and then all of a sudden the team have improved.
Yep.
The boy Ortega as well that they brought out for Benfica. Again, that was somebody that Ange knew for his time in Australia. So, as I say, and I agree with you, mate. I think obviously there's going to be more changes early summer to Ange's suitability, and I'm really looking forward to it, Ryan. I'm really looking forward to. I just want to get this league wrapped up, mate. That's the one that and it's going to feel amazing to win this title, because you're potentially going into Champions League group stages next season, mate, and you're going to get a longer summer off. Plenty of time to the boys ought to rest and go on holiday, see their family, do what they're doing. Any one of them wanted, they can come on my podcast, have a chat with the boys. I'm not touting for business, by the way. I'm just putting that out there in case any of you are listening, just to have a wee think about it, to come on and chat with the 2 Ronnies
and just slaughter wee Gio.
and just slaughter wee Gio and Jimmy Bell and some of the. We'll start calling them the Rugrats.
Aye. Right, so Greg, you have Peppa Pig lunch boxes are off at lunch. No, mate, I'm like you, mate. I think that once we get the league wrapped up, you can obviously start and be a bit of relax. But
just what you're saying there, but see that photo that came out with Ange and Gio in the West End. Apparently Gio was sitting in a high chair.
He was sitting with his wee pink knife and thought that, wasn't he?
That's it, aye. Waiting on his wee $3.99 meal deal.
Yeah. No, mate, I agree with you on get the league.
Big Andrew's blowing the chicken nuggets for him.
That's a round piece in. No, I agree with you, mate, that once you win the league, after you win the league, that is, then you can start obviously kind of relaxing towards next year. And I've always said, we'll speak about it obviously once, hopefully we win the league. I'm loving it right fucking in. I've said that, I own this, I'll date on this, I'll date in general, because if you've been absolutely slaughtered the last year, but no one the 10, etc. Hopefully, again, on to Sunday, we'll obviously be back on the next few days, build up to the game, mate. But again, JP, thanks for your time, hail, and
hail.
Take care, mate.
Hail, mate. Same to yourself. Cheers, Ryan.